Bonjour, Kinamage Nene Ireland and Disneycast, and welcome to this week's edition of our Week at a Glance videos, featuring, believe it or not, week 36. We'll begin in our Google Classroom like we always do. You can find contact information. The quickest one during the school day is the segchip.org, or to call this Google Voice number, or to be honest, call the school. Those kind of work the fastest. We have today's newsletter, which was actually sent home last night. I wanted to get that information out to you. And then you have some other things. And as you get down here, you see some links to, like, if you want to send your student to Shepherd next year and you live in Mount Pleasant, you need to take care of the School of Choice application now. We are within the window. They can fill up. We saw some students last year that it didn't happen for them because the class was full. If you're going to Mount Pleasant, you can click right here. There's a few more links there to help you start the process. And then Renaissance, you need to click here, start the process. The big story today is our field trip next week. Our culture camp, it's a little different this year. We're going to be traveling around Michigan. Your students should have brought home your permission slip, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. But some of the places we're going includes, of course, now it doesn't want to open, Mackinac Island. We'll be taking a horse and carriage tour, checking out the fort. Should be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. The second day, we'll be visiting Lake Kitchitikipi, the big spring. Michigan's largest natural freshwater spring, and then we'll be going to Quamanon Falls, where fishing is part of the thing. It looks like it was cold that day. I promise it. Okay, I don't promise it's the Upper Peninsula. I'm assuming it will not have snowed. On day 3, we'll be visiting Great Wolf Lodge, and there are some other parts that aren't here, but those are the headliners. Students seem pretty excited. So let's actually go right to our newsletter this morning, because that kind of leads off here. We're talking about Culture Camp. We plan to depart Weemajiquet by 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Now, I understand that buses don't get here until after that. So you do need to try to get your student here before that, because we do plan to pull out and make the most of our trip. If for some reason getting the student here between 7 and 7:30, so closer to 7 being preferred. If there's a problem, please contact me. We're not going to have a student miss the trip because they had to wait for a bus to get them. We will figure out a way to make it work for you. We plan to return at 6 p.m. on Friday the 30th. There'll be a pickup in the Weemajiquet parking lot. If, again, there's a situation where you're like, I don't have a way to go get them, so they'll have to miss the trip. Absolutely not. We will make it work. Please contact me at mireland@segchip.org. That's the preference. If you have to call me, call the school today, and we'll come up with a plan for you. I sent home with the packet a list of things to bring or not bring. It's by no means an exhaustive list. So if there's something that you're really wondering about, please contact me. I know students have asked a lot about money, and I'm sure they'll be allowed to bring some. I plan to talk with my administrator to see what a reasonable number is. We are feeding them and all of that good stuff. I just know that students like souvenirs and they want to go in the gas station and get junk food. Of course, they really just want apples and water, of course, but don't feel that you have to send money with your student, but be reasonable. I will email a number once I get one. I have that question out for answering, but I'll send a secondary email this weekend. If you have questions, please email me at mireland@segchip.org. I will gather all those answers and try to send one email like on Sunday. Cell phones are permitted on this trip. There's a lot of time in vans as we move around the state. And frankly, kids will get bored riding in a van, They're not like us. We enjoy the beauty. They get bored. Now, some of the things is please send them with earbuds or headphones or whatever to listen to the stuff on their phone. Try to keep it school appropriate. I understand kids are kids, but we've told them if we can hear it and it's not appropriate, now we might have to take your phone for a little while. We plan to at night take their cell phones. That way they can charge them. So please send their charger with them so they have them fresh to take pictures and experience the day. Also, we don't want our students up until 2, 3 in the morning, and then all kinds of cranky in the morning. So make sure you kind of discuss the importance, and also we've kind of highlighted to them, don't take pictures of your classmates or people without their permission. Some students are not really open to that. And especially because students tend to love to post things on social media. So really, we want to avoid all of that. I do want to make you aware that any items you bring, we Quad, SCIT, our staff, we're not responsible for any lost or damaged items. So don't send something that's irreplaceable. Some other things that are in the newsletter. Today being Thursday is really kind of like a Friday. There is no school. Tomorrow's a wellness day, as so many families travel ahead of the Memorial Day holiday. There's no school on Monday in recognition of Memorial Day and Aaron Gitchadau, who sacrificed for our nation. I know a lot of people travel, so have a safe and enjoyable long weekend. You're going to come back on Tuesday, have one school day, and then they're off to camp. So you keep them for 4, we'll keep them for most of 3. Just putting out there, graduation will be on Friday, June 6th at 10 a.m. Doors probably will open about 9:45. It'll be inside here at the tribal gym this year. After several years of Broadway Park, which was a great experience. Now we're a little further away and walking down there just becomes a little bit much, especially for some of the groups and the setup. So we're gonna try it here. So the first graduating class of Quad will be walking across that stage and you can be in attendance. Bring the family, and afterwards, if you're so inclined and want to take your student home, some families do, you're welcome to do that. I'm not saying you can't go until noon. Some students like to stick around and experience the last few minutes of students here at the academy, and Quad, and by all means, they could stay and ride the bus. See what happens. Sometimes that becomes a fun unto itself. Just reminders in proper footwear. Some students like to wear slides to school. That's a no-go. It's about safety. They have to run. Slides tend to fly off. So the shoe needs to have some kind of, or sandal or whatever, has to have some kind of backing. Like Crocs have sport mode. That works. As far as culture camp goes, there are parts where we're hiking. So, some kind of hiking shoes are great, not required, but Crocs, flip-flops, not a good choice for outside. Comfortable shoes, tennis shoes would be great. We are going to be walking a bit. We will get our steps in for your student, and for me. And again, like I mentioned earlier, if you have questions, let me know. We talked about this. We're wrapping up the school year. Math, we're kind of looking at some 6th grade material and wrapping up some last chance quizzes. Science, we're done as of today. Although there'll be like a couple little one-off lessons and a presentation next week. Language arts, we're still working on our literacy skills. That will keep going. And social studies will keep going until the end as well. We'll be looking at we're working on the Bill of Rights right now. Some events coming up here. Tomorrow is a craft night, although it starts at 1 o'clock. You can visit Quad, bring the family, bring the kids. They're going to miss us on this Friday. Crafts will continue on Fridays through the end of May. There'll be one more Friday. So maybe it'll be a good chance to come in, do some crafting, and wait for your student to get dropped off next week. And I will include this flyer in the email as well. And it's, even though it says immersion parents, it can, all We Magic Blood families are welcome. We also have in progress a ribbon skirt raffle. The drawing is next Wednesday. The Project Aware. Check it out. And then also the We Even, or it's summer celebration. This is more for the families because, well, we'll be gone. They're having a barbecue without the fifth grade. What gives with that? I need to talk to somebody's manager. But no, it's a great, looks like a pretty cool event. I surely would have probably wanted to attend if I was available. I'm not, but it is a public event. Door prizes and food are provided by donations and fundraising efforts. Come check us out here at We Magic Quad. Finally, the world's shortest week at a glance, which may change 37 times between now and the end of today. We're working on finishing up our year things. So these things are subject to change. And one of the key parts is we're watching Matilda. We're going to finish reading that book today. Or the very worst, first thing Tuesday morning, we'll watch the movie. I am sending home a passive permission slip. Assuming your child can watch this PG movie, you do not need to send it back. Only if they can't watch it. So that is our our week at a glance document for next week. With so much going on with Culture Camp, I'm sure there's a lot of questions I haven't touched on. Please feel free to reach out. You can reach out to me here at the school during the day. I'm here today until about 5-ish. Email's the best way, mireland@sagchip.org. I'll be able to respond to that before, up until 5, and then probably after 8:30 tonight. Should be an awesome trip. Check that list of things that they can bring and not bring, and feel free to reach out. I plan to send a final email, probably with another video, and just get it out of the way, Sunday or Monday. That way, any questions you have, I can have in there, and then I'll include our final week at a glance. So I hope everyone has a safe and enjoyable long weekend. Remember what the purpose of Memorial Day is. But with that, have a minute, Minwa, Pamapi.